Hi everyone, and welcome to today's yoga flow for the hips and the lower back. Today's class is rather gentle, but we really stretch out the hips and the lower back. So let's get started in a butterfly pose. So bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. You can keep them further away because we are just starting out. And we start out rather gentle. That I just want you to gently lean over your feet. Only that you feel a nice little stretch in your lower back and in your hips. And then focus on your breath. Focus on your in and your exhale. Let your breath slow down. Slow inhale through the nose. And even slower exhale through the nose. Start to relax your shoulders here. Let your arms get heavy. And let your head get heavy and hang over your feet. Then slowly lift your head up just a little bit and walk both of your hands over to the right side, that you have your head right over your right knee. And then again, get heavy here. Slow the breath down and let your head hang over your right knee. Lift your head up, walk both of your hands over to the left side, that the left knee is right under you, and let go again. Come back to your breath, in and out. Then slowly come back up. And our next pose is a 90-90 stretch. The easiest way to do that is to use the edges of your mat to come to various 90 degrees in your legs. So your right shin should be parallel to the short end, the side to the long end, the other side to the short end, and your shin to the long end. So that you have all these 90-degree angles here. Bring your torso over your pelvis. Let your left pelvis sink down a little bit to open up the hip at this really strange point that we normally don't stretch. Close your eyes and enjoy this stretch for a moment. Then open your eyes. We do the same on the other side. The easiest way to do that is just to shift around, that you face the other side of the mat. Again, make sure to align your shins and your thighs to the edges of the mat. Bring the torso over your pelvis. Make your neck long. Relax your shoulders here. Close your eyes for a moment and let your right hip sink down towards the mat. Then open your eyes, lift both of your knees up and gently swing your knees from left to right for this windshield wiper pose. This is a great way to really warm up the hips before we get deeper into them. Then come back to center and find your way to a tabletop pose. Make sure that your knees are under your hips, pull the belly button in, make your spine long, And we will do some hip circles here just to warm up the hips a little more. So come first to this fire hydrant pose and then make big circles with your knee. 5 circles in one direction. And then switch direction, 5 circles the other way. And come back to tabletop, shift the weight into the other knee, lift the right knee up and draw big circles with the knee to the front. And to the back. Great. Come back to your tabletop pose. Tuck your toes, lift back up and come to downward facing dog. Stretch back here. Let your chest melt down to the mat. Reach your sitting bones up high. Pull the belly button in. Great. Maybe bend one knee and then the other to warm up the hamstrings here a little bit. We'll only stay here for a moment. Then look between your hands and step the right foot forward to the inside of your right hand. Lower the left knee down and let your hips sink down here. So really focus on letting the hips sink down. Maybe you want to walk your left knee back a little bit to open up the hip here. Come on to your fingertips, let your heart shine forward. Then ground your hands down, bring both hands to the inside of your right foot and walk your right foot over to the right side of the mat. Let your hips sink down a little deeper for this lizard pose. And if you feel like it, and if your hips are already open, you can come down on your forearms for this deeper lizard variation. Make sure that your right knee stays close to your right shoulder. Then come up onto your hands again and walk your foot. So heel toe your foot over to the left side. Let your right knee come down to the outside of your mat. And we set up for pigeon pose here. So take a look to the back and make sure that your left leg is right behind you. Make yourself long and then exhale and fold forward to sleeping pigeon pose. You can always use a block or a bolster under your head here, or you can stack your fists if you don't want to come down completely. You can also bring a bolster or a block under your right hip to make sure that you are fully supported here. Then slowly lift your torso up and step back to downward facing dog. We do the same on the other side. So bring your left foot forward, lower the right knee down, and we first come to this low lunge here. Come onto your fingertips, bring your chest forward and gently let your hips sink down. Then bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. And again, you can stay up here. Maybe you can even bring a block under your hands if this feels better. Or you can lower down onto your forearms. Make sure that this knee stays really close to your body here. Come back up onto your hands. We set up for pigeon pose. So heel toe your left foot over to the right. Bring the knee down. Extend the right leg behind you. Make yourself long first. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, come forward to your pigeon pose. I like to gently swing from left to right here to really open up the hips and get into all the nooks and crannies here. Then find some stillness and let both of your hip bones, left and right, sink down towards the mat. Then slowly come back up. Bring your weight over onto your left side. Swing your right leg to the front so that you are in a seated position, and we come to a wide-legged seat here. If this is not possible for you, you can grab a block or bolster or a pillow or whatever you have close by and bring it under your sitting bones. This will make it easier for you to come to this pose. And when you arrived here, lift both of your arms up high. Exhale, come over to the right side. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Continue to do so for a couple more times. If you can't touch your toes here, that's no problem. Just grab your shin or your ankle, but keep on going. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Few more. Inhale up, exhale, bring your hands down, and we come to one of my favorite poses, Yogi squat, where you bring your feet down on the mat. Make sure that your whole foot is down on the mat. So if your heel lifts up, roll up a blanket and bring it under your heel here. And then to come into this pose, let's first swing from left to right a little bit to really open up the hips. And when you feel good here, really bring your feet down, bring your hands to a prayer in front of your heart, press your elbows to the insides of your knees, make your spine long, push your chest forward and relax your face, maybe smile here for a moment. Yoga is about finding peace and silence and joy in uncomfortable poses. If you can do this in yoga, you can do this in life. Go through life with a smile, even if things get uncomfortable for a moment. Then bring both of your hands down and extend your legs. Come to this forward bend. Grab opposite elbows and swing from left to right. Let your head hang heavy. Feel how your lower back is opening up here. Then let go of your elbows and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll up to standing. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach both of your arms up high, stretch. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up, and exhale, lean to the right side. Inhale back to center, exhale, lean to the left. Inhale back to center, let go of your arms, swan dive forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, come back down to forward bend. Bend your knees and come down to your final resting pose. Today you can choose between Shavasana or you can come to reclined butterfly pose. And I like to use a couple of props here under my knees. So bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees rest on some props. Then lay back down on your mat. You can bring your arms next to you, or you can bring one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Take one more deep inhale. Send the breath to your lower back and to your hip. Hold it there. Exhale and let go. Shavasana. Slowly bring some movement back into your body. Lift your knees up and extend your legs to the front. Stretch from head to toe. And then grab your leg behind your knee and pull yourself up to a seated position. Cross your legs in front of you. Bring your hands to your knees and go inward for one more moment. Notice how you feel now after our focus on the hips. Do you feel more open? Do you feel more relaxed? Or maybe you feel more anxious. That's also fine. Just notice how you feel. Then slowly open your eyes. Bring your hands to a prayer in front of your heart. Gently bow your head down. Thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste.